I'm continuing again with the Final Fantasy XVI and Rising Tide. And in the previous episode, Leviathan was defeated. And I actually noticed that there are 3 side quests here. So I continue with the side quest. And there is Shula, something with her.
You wouldn't happen to have some time on your hands, would you, Clive? Only I was wondering if you might help me with something else.
Don't tell me. Another unruly dominant.
Not quite, but a dangerous foe nonetheless. It promises to be quite a hunt. Care to join me?
Interesting to see what this one is. So, okay, this is last licks. So, okay, let's go with this one.
All right. Tell me about our quarry.
A fiendish, cold-blooded beast known as a Givra. Normally, we leave such animals well alone, and for good reason. But I have an even better reason to want its tongue.
Its tongue.
If you'll permit me, tributary, I can explain.
Certainly, Yamila.
It's been over a week since me sister gave birth to her first child. Yet she still isn't back on her feet. We've tried everything to restore her spirits. Physics and nostrums, the laying on of hands and of leeches. But all to no avail. The healers tell me there's only one hope left. A broth as potent as its ingredients are perilous to procure.
It isn't only Yamila's sister who stands to benefit from this, by the way. There's her baby to think of. And Walias, too. She'd agreed to be his wet nurse, you see.
I'd be glad to help.
Thank you. Our hunters have no shortage of skill, but this task calls for more than that. And it won't be achieved through weight of numbers either. The Givra is as wary a foe as it is a deadly one. 2 hunters might catch it unawares, but any more than that, and it would pick up our scent a league away.
Then it is decided. The 2 of you will go, while Jill and I occupy ourselves here.
Perhaps we might help prepare the broth. That would be most kind of you.
Come then, Clive. The river of time flows fast, and so must we. There's a Givra that has claimed the ruins at the foot of the mountain as its hunting ground. But as I say, they are wary creatures. We'll need suitable bait to draw it out. The flesh of a forest ibex should suffice.
To the forest, then.
Gaming bear seems to need some kind of bait. I just wondered, do I have a...
There's nothing a Givra loves more than a fat haunch of ibex.
There speaks the voice of experience. You hunt often?
Since I was a girl, my father would take me. Then after he returned to the sea, Yamila's father. Our families have always been close. Even if her sister wasn't Walias's wet nurse, I couldn't stand by and watch her suffer.
I check what... Okay, I have fire, then wind and water. Maybe okay, let's check what else there was. What was this? Oh, fortune and the heavens increases experience. Reduces cross spell cooldown. Maybe I still keep this experience. You always need experience. And then what about here? We have 147 ability points for, so... Okay, I think I go with this combination.
A storm for the ages. Where will we find them?
Further in.
Just a moment. It was totally different path. Way back. Niin se oli tosi seksi. No, it was... Water abilities were very powerful. Bloody hide, when properly treated with salt and lengthy soaking in chocobo brains, this skin very fine piece of leather indeed.
Return to the sea, and to the clouds rise again.
We have our bait then. What next?
Next, we pay a visit to the Dark Gate to pick some local weed. It'll help disguise our scent.
Local weed.
There should be a sprig or two of local weed growing somewhere around here. Look for the golden leaves.
Over here, very small.
Is this it?
Aye, that's the stuff. Crush the leaves between your fingertips and rub them on your clothes.
If you insist. You could have warned me about the smell.
Like corruption, isn't it? We'll have an honor guard of flies before long. But it'll stop the Givra from noticing us. Its nose will tell it we're nothing but a feast for worms.
I feel so much better.
We can wash it off afterwards. If there's one good thing about the Givra choosing the ruins for its hunting ground, it's that there's plenty of fresh water nearby.
You know, we have a masquerade.
Where should we lay the bait?
Givers are creatures of habit. Look for some sign of its passing. It's sure to return to the same place sooner or later.
Marking its territory.
Something was. A curl, maybe.
I think one girl is living here. I have fought many times. More. It wasn't here.
Tracks. But I assume they're too small to belong to a Givra.
You're right. They're barely big enough to belong to a Givra's breakfast.
Breakfast.
A fresh kill.
But not a Givra's. The wounds are too clean, too small.
Bigger.
These look like a predator's tracks. You can clearly make out the claws.
And not just any claws. These belong to a Givra. There's no mistaking them. We'll lay the bait here.
Let's hope our friend is hungry.
Looks like big one. Not smaller trays. Behind Passy.
Still no sign.
Patience, Clive. Hunting's not something you can rush.
Have you stalked these beasts before?
Once. Geevers are fast, so the job called for a bearer. But even with my knack, it was a close-run thing.
Not many leaders would take such risks for their people.
Says the man who battled an icon to save a boy he barely knew. It is the way of the moats of water to use what gifts we've been given for the good of all. And I gather it's your way too.
It was Sid, the man whose name I bear. He fought for his people and their future with every fiber of his being. I'm just following in his footsteps. In many ways, you remind me of him.
Me? You're confusing daring with desperation. Quiet. Something's coming.
It's that kind of... I remember.
Our guest has finally arrived.
I have fought
Shall we greet
these.
him?
It'd be rude not to.
They are very fast.
Don't let it escape.
too slow. Nice try. Kill!
Dragon Talon. Open close inspection of lesser dragon foot. I think this is some of those old things.
You weren't exaggerating when you said they were dangerous.
They're forces of nature, all right. And with this one's passing, the river of life has calmed. O roaring torrent, son of storms, may your spirit run free in the open ocean. This flesh I claim, that your gifts might rain down upon us this day, and our river flow in spate once more. Well then, let's return to the village. We must get this tongue to Yamila before it spoils.
Now I got it clear done. And I always good to use potion. Get back to the spirit. I know that there is a now quick return option, but I'm so used to running and exploring and gathering materials.
Never dreamed I saw this.
Tributary, my lord. Did all proceed as planned?
It did. Here. One Geaver tongue, as promised.
I checked this. For centuries, people of the north have brewed teas made with ton of quiver to cure myriad ailments of both body and mind, much to the chagrin of the region's giverers who rarely survive the removal process.
Oh, thank you. I shall add it to the broth at once. By your leave, Tributary.
If there is anything else that we can do to help, you need only ask.
No, no. You've already done more for my family than I can ever repay.
Just as you have, Clive, for my family. I only regret that I have nothing to offer you in return but my gratitude.
It's more than enough. Besides, I'm no less grateful to you.
For what?
For welcoming my friends and I into your midst. For showing us how your people live. For reminding me that the world we strive to create, where bearers can live alongside their fellow men in peace and comfort, is no mere fantasy.
I'd hardly call it comfort. Every day is a struggle. Though we do at least struggle together, it's true.
As must we all. I only ask that you remember the cost of using your gifts as a bearer. I know that you feel it's your duty to do whatever you can to help your people. But you have a child to think about now. And Wallis has lost enough.
I shall bear that in mind.
That's all I ask. Oh, and if there is anything else that we can do to help, well, you know.
Thank you. Truly.
More experience and ability points. Ah, we got something special. A reflection of darkness. Enhances Odin's iconic feat, Arm of Darkness, increasing such a token area of effect while allowing for execution of the ability at any time, regardless of recovery status. Okay, this seems to be one very great one. And again, from time to time, it's good to, when you get something really new, good to save. And okay, 300 ability points. And then, okay, there the next two. Here is one new.
My lord, might I have a moment of your time? I would beg of you a service.
Certainly. What is it?
It's a long story. But before we get to that, would I be right in thinking Lady Shula told you about the witch from the north?
Yes. She said that your ancestors found her here, and that it was she who taught them the spell to stop time. She was like Wallius, you know. A dominant. The Warden of Ice.
My great-grandmother suspected as much. She cared for the poor woman when the end was near. And it was she whose duty became to attend her grave. A duty that was passed down to me.
I see. And the service you would beg of me?
Well, until recently, the path to the grave had long been blocked by a fallen tree. But when our woodsmen finally found time to move it, we quickly realized it might have been better had they not. On trying to clear the rest of the path, you see, we discovered that a flock of bloodthirsty beasts had claimed the cliffs beyond. None of us was a match for them. But you, my lord, have proven your strength many times over. Would you drive them away for us?
Ah, there is a beyond the grave. Let's see this one.
Of course. I'll see the path is made safe.
Thank you, my lord. The grave is in a place called Witch Drop. To reach it, one must turn left at the Winged Wains, then follow the path around to the right, deep into the forest.
Why so far from Haven?
It was where she lived. When our ancestors first came to Mysidia, they found her there, in an old abandoned village, and it was her heartfelt wish to return there in death. So when she passed away, my great-grandmother had a stone erected for her on the cliffs overlooking the place she once called home.
How thoughtful. Well then, no time like the present. Left at the ships, then round to the right, you said.
Just so. Thank you once again, my lord. I will join you at the grave anon.
Okay, I think I buy one potion. Ah, there are even more. There seems to be something new here.
What is it you want?
And I check fortify, reinforce. And then, okay, craft. Ah, here. Okay, we have fool's gold, but there is orichalcum and some items are missing. And if you do this special weapon, it will have very efficient staggering value, but it will lose a little bit attack value. So there is trade-off. You lose something, but you gain something.
My friend, I have news.
Ah, here again also seems to be something new.
I will have to charge you.
What is this? Cascade orchestration roll. Maybe I buy this and I try to collect.
Here you are.
And one
May
more
it serve
pose.
you well. Very well.
And again good to say when you have new orchestration spell. Now finally searching for
Here, mister, over here.
grave and those wild beasts.
Where was the cane you softly?
Ah, there is something. And I remember those are they have very good armor. I remember that it also knows how to shoot water or something. Aha. Suddenly there more.
This should be the path to Witchdrop. Hungry, Torgal? Time to fight.
Oh, here was. I wonder if this was totally new area. Ah, something real material for crafting.
Here's our welcoming party.
Griffon. We got those crafting materials.
Looks like that's the last of them. Now, where's the grave?
Aha. I just feel that this looks like totally new area. Okay, I think I haven't seen this stone before. So this is grave. I just look, and those runes are below for the wall. And what about in this side? Temples. There are written.
This must be it.
My lord, thank you for making the path safe again.
XVI. Was that her name?
Yes. Hardly the most fitting tribute for a dominant, is it? A rough-hewn stone with naught but a given name engraved on it. But my ancestors had only been here a matter of weeks when she passed. Every day was a struggle to survive. They had neither the time nor the energy to devote to a more elaborate memorial. Yet they spared what they could to grant her wish, that even in death she might continue to watch over her home.
She lived down there then? In the ruins?
That's right. They were once the living quarters for those who served up in the temple. When the Northern Thanes sent her here to weave her spell, this was where she and her retinue stayed. There were priests, handmaidens, and a knight sworn to shield her from harm. Of course, they were all gone by the time my ancestors arrived, fled or dead in the Western Wars.
All except XVI, who remained till the end. Alone.
Indeed. At least, that is the story as it's been handed down in Haven. But there is an epilogue to the tale. One known only to Lady Shula and myself. Some years after XVI's passing, you see, my grandmother came here to tend the grave, and found a stranger kneeling before it. A knight, dressed head to toe in plate. She asked of him who he was and whence he had come, but received no answer. The only words he spoke were, "Tell me true, whose grave is this?" So she told him of how her people had met and cared for XVII, and how she had died. His only reaction was to stare up at the air of hours in silence. Then he left, never to be seen again.
You said he was wearing plate. Was it black and gold?
Do you know something of him?
When we went up to the Air of Hours to unravel the spell, we were set upon by a shade in the shape of a knight in full plate. It manifested in front of the Vare, and in its ether, I felt Shiva, the witch.
It was to protect the timekeeper, probably.
You think this may have been the same man my great-grandmother met? XVI's knight?
I don't know. Maybe. All I can say for sure is it was intent on protecting her creation.
Or perhaps her spirit. What remained of her ether, preserved in the Vare. Perhaps his spirit too became enraveled in her spell, frozen in an eternal vigil.
Till we ended it.
If the shade you fought was XVI's knight, then ending it was the greatest gift you could have given him. Now he can return to the sea, to be with his lady once more. And if his spirit should ever return here to visit her grave, I shall ask his name, that I might carve it in the stone next to hers.
That they might be together. Once and for all.
So it must be timekeeper. Unknown. Okay, we got again. I think this was second one. I wonder if this was material for a special sword or dagger. It just came to my mind that those flowers, blue flowers, they had another story. And it was a long ago. I think it was something to do with Clive. And if I remember some another person. And maybe it returns as a flashback later.
Thank you, my lord, for reuniting them.
And I take one as earlier. And I think I checked blacksmith. I got 2 new crafting material. And I feel that there might be enough for new weapon.
Here, mister, over here.
Now I realize how much that there are really many side quests. Good thing.
Yes?
Okay, the dark. Didn't I have any of these? 315. Okay, this needs actually orichalcum and aqueous membrane. This is totally new thing. I haven't seen this one. Illudium belt. Timeless. Card brace fortisar. Illudium. Notch tang. Something totally. But here. And this is also something totally new. Aqueous membrane. Illudium. This is the only thing what is missing. A ageless old stone. So I look. Now the most closest. Okay, here is something.
No,
be him.
What has to be who? If you, don't mind my asking.
It's not your asking I mind. It's my explaining. But I don't see any other way around it. You see, when a baby is born here, we hold a ceremony to welcome them. The rite of immersion, we call it. But I don't know whether Walyus was ever afforded that courtesy. What is abundantly clear, though, is that my ancestors never welcomed him as one of us. And I want to change that. The problem is, the ceremony requires 3 ministrators. The baby's parents, and a witness. As tributary, the role of witness would normally fall to me. But being Walyus's closest living relative, I must play the role of mother.
Many roles.
So you want me to serve as witness in your stead?
That's right.
Uh-huh.
A witness must be a trusty guardian, ready to steer the child through the stormy waters of life, and on to tranquility. Which is why I thought of you.
Okay, we now become a relative. The water of life. Okay.
It would be my honor.
Thank you, Clive.
So, if you will serve as mother and I as witness, who will take on the father's role?
I have a younger brother. He should be making ready for the rite as we speak, though whether he is or not. Let me introduce you.
Please do. If he's anything like his sister, I'm sure we'll get on famously.
I'll bid him come to the Witten Hall. Will you wait for us there?
Gladly.
Okay, now we will see her brother.
Clive, my brother.
If it isn't my old mate Sid!
You?
So you do remember me, even stripped of my cunning disguise? I'm touched.
You two know each other.
My friends and I crossed paths with your brother on our hunt for the Dusk Crystals, during which we saved his life.
Now I
3 times,
remember.
was it?
3, 4, who's counting? All I know is when Shula mentioned she'd called in Sid the Outlaw to help young Walyus, I could be sure that the little rascal was in safe hands.
This was another
Having
DLC.
seen you in action back at the tower, I know exactly what you're capable of.
So the mercenary you met in the Sage Spire, that was Clive. And he saved your life? That's a rather different story from the one you told me. And a far likelier
this
one
Steve.
at that. It would appear my family owe you twice over.
Brother is not that.
Honestly, Fammy, would it kill you to tell the truth once in a while?
What? I said sorry, didn't I? How about we save the, recriminations until after the ceremony, eh?
Speaking of which, what does this ceremony involve exactly?
His
It's
brother
simple,
is
really.
not that
We
good.
each say a short prayer and anoint the child's head with holy water.
Nothing too onerous then.
Not about the rite itself, no. But it does call for some preparation. One of the witness's responsibilities is to collect the holy water, you see. 3 phials for the 3 ministrators, each taken from a particular place. Don't worry, though. It's not as if you have to go alone. I can show you the way.
I'd appreciate that.
Famiel, You stay here and ready the Witten Hall.
Leave it to me.
If there's anything Jill and I can do to assist you.
We'd be glad to help.
Thank you both.
His brother was in the Fallen of the Echoes, the Echoes of the Fallen. He was one of those thieves which
All right
he
then,
saved
let's get
the
started,
life.
shall we? There are 3 types of holy water that we must collect. The water of the mountain, of the river, and of the sea. We take the water of the mountain from the spring atop Maiden's March. The water of the river from the course that flows through the ruins of Riversmeet. And the water of the sea from the shallows of Tailwind Bay. Here are the files we'll be using in the ceremony. I'm ready to leave whenever you are.
I just wound up. I just check it up.
And then I dreamed I saw
I check how many ability points. 600. Okay, doors are open.
Someone's in trouble. Come on.
This is koira. Ahtiot.
Help! What help? Nobody's coming to...
Ahtiot's brothers fallen from
We're here to help.
Echoes of the Fallen.
Keep its attention on
Colleagues
us.
of his brother.
More than that.
those two more thieves. Who were collecting those black crystals. Curl up. Whisker. Okay, now.
Is anyone hurt?
Oh, Sid! From all the clouds in the heavens you came.
From the echoes of the fallen.
Again!
Would you two care to explain what you're doing up here?
The chief sent us to fetch incense for the ceremony. So the Witten Hall smells nice. for the little Ben.
You mean to tell me you braved this den of deadly beasts for some tree sap?
You don't have to do everything he says, you know.
Or if you must, at least have the good sense to ask one of our hunters to accompany you.
We're sorry.
It's fine. Just go back to the village before you get yourselves into any more trouble.
Right you are. Oh, and thanks and that.
It looks like Prato is walking again a different path.
Remind me to give my brother a cuff round the ear when we get back. Right then. Let's collect this water, shall we? The rain that falls on the mountain emerges here, in these springs.
The source of the river. The source of life.
Precisely. Take care not to spill it.
Right. Let's save that for the ceremony.
Okay, then next. I think there is one.
Time to fight. You're finished.
can collect the water of the river from here.
All right.
The water of the river represents life. It is constantly moving, constantly changing. And though its course may twist and turn or branch into 1,000 separate streams, it always flows in the same direction, from source to sea, beginning to end.
Like time. What of Wallius then? When your ancestors froze him, did they remove him from the River of Life?
They did. Like an ice-bound pool that didn't thaw for 80 summers. But now he's free to flow again, to live. And you and I shall flow with him, for we are all but drops of water in the great River of Life.
I find that thought oddly reassuring.
Go on.
A drop of water might seem insignificant on its own, but as a part of a torrent, it can cleave a path through the hardest rock. It makes me believe we humans might just stand a chance.
I believe we might. Just one more file to go then.
Nearly done.
Would think that the last one is not marked on the map. Can it be on village? No. Yeah. I go back and choose another path. I check one thing. Is it on the tail fiend? Okay, now we can travel there. Now I see it must be the location where in the very beginning we were warned. Because it usually happens that it has so battle area is so small.
Those won't be friendly.
And when the battle area is so small, the battle starts if you cross the border of the battle area, it will start again. And I think we were warned in the very beginning.
Usually we keep this gate shut tight, but since this is a special occasion...
In the first time when we came here, we were warned that don't enter this gate. But now it seems the time has come to open these gates. We were warned that there is something very challenging.
Thank the tides the weather held. This place can be treacherous when the waves are high. If it weren't for the holy water, no one would ever come down here.
I'll be sure to watch my step.
Water flows to the sea, then rises into the clouds. Just like life, the end is not the end, only a new beginning. Ancestors chose this place because it was where the first boat landed.
Then it's a good thing they didn't land closer to the surge.
Quite.
No. Ladders down. So this is totally new area. I just check map.
The water of the sea. I still can't help but be awed by it.
Oh? All that wave ever made me feel was pity and sorrow for the innocent life trapped inside it. The child my great-grandfather sacrificed to try to change his people's fate. It was wrong, an unforgivable sin. But I often wonder, will my descendants ever forgive me for what I have done? As tributary, I've faced many difficult choices. And though I've always striven to do what's best for my people, here we live in poverty, hidden away from the world. So have my choices denied them a better life, just as my ancestors denied Walyas his?
No. You would not forcibly sacrifice one of your people to save the others. You do the best you can for all of them, as do I. We share in their woes, just as we share in their joys. And the most we can do is try to bring them more of the latter.
Aye, you're right. And try I shall, to bring all of my people a better tomorrow. Walyas included.
Then I wish you luck. If my time with the boy is any indication, he's going to be quite a handful.
Then we must start as we mean to go on, and give him the very best welcome we can.
Where to next, then?
Back to the village, to find out if my brother has made the necessary preparations. Or got his lackeys to do it for him.
Oh. So it seems that there was no monster here, but just I almost had a feeling that something very dangerous here, because we were warned. But I wonder if it was something to do with the Leviathan then. I notice, there is a chest. Fool's gold. I take one potion.
That's all ready.
A storm for the heat.
I never dreamed I saw this.
I check anything new
Yes,
here.
my lord. I will continue to support Lady Shula.
However, can note that she has warriors to care for. I expect I shall be even busier than before. It has been generations since last we raised a dominant of Leviathan, and it is great responsibility for anyone to bear. But Lady Shula will not have to bear it alone. Supporting her means supporting them both. It also means preparing for our recent re-entry into outside world. We have fed the crystals to sustain the clamor for many more moons. Inevitably, there will be those who resist the idea. Our history gives us ample reason to fear life beyond the wall, and that was before we had warriors and were,
But change is coming.
whether we like it or not, troubled waters lie ahead, though which Lady Shula must try to steer a course.
And steer one she shall.
Me provide a steering hand on the tiller if I should need it.
Till next our streams cross.
We have the holy water. Is everything else in place?
All ready to go. Told you could count on me.
Then let us begin. Famiel, have your men
I
summon
wonder
everyone to the Witten Hall.
what is that?
Right you are.
Somehow I feel that this brother has
Shula,
something.
wait. I don't know the words.
Don't worry, there aren't many of them. We'll have time enough to practice before people arrive.
No.
My friends, we are gathered here today to welcome this child into our community by the rite of immersion, as has been our custom since the first reign. As tributary, I would normally perform the rite with the child's parents, but Walius's mother and father returned to the sea long ago. So I and my brother Famiel shall serve as his family, while the one who returned him to us shall bear witness in my stead. Clive, if you would step forward.
Like the rain that falls on the mountains tall, are we born.
Like the river that flows through the valleys below, do we live.
Like the boundless sea, where the currents run free, do we die, and to the clouds then rise again.
I remember these were words what I heard when I came to village. From a storyteller.
The circle of water is the circle of life. And today, from the heavens falls rain anew. This child, Walius, now joins our stream, and he shall flow with us, from the mountains to the sea. You played your part to a T, Clive. Thank you. It means a lot to us.
I was honored to be asked, and terrified I'd miss.
Now that you're part of the family, young Walyas, my lad. Uncle Famiel can teach you the ways of the world.
Oh no, he can't.
Eh?
Don't be so hasty. Your brother's knack for self-preservation might serve him well.
Ha! You are never going to let me live that down, are you?
I'm gonna raise Walius as if he were my own. Teach him everything I know about life, our people, and our past. But with all the mother crystals gone, he will grow up in a world without comforts. One where we only have ourselves and each other to rely on.
I'd say your people are better prepared than most to survive in such a world, Shula. To thrive, indeed, under your guidance.
Only if nature continues to smile on us. If we were to lose her gifts, we'd be left with nothing at all.
Yes. But it needn't come to that. Not if we can stop the spread of the Blight. So long as we can save a single patch of soil, we can plant the seeds for a new world. One where we can all be free.
Perhaps then we might finally be able to step out from behind our curtain, eh? Till that day comes, I wish you good tide.
Thank you. We should be on our way.
Well, you be careful out there.
Aye, you steer clear of trouble now.
Likewise.
Likewise. This feels like a main quest, even if this is side quest. Oh, what we got? First train talisman. Ah, displaying life's chamber. The water of the river represents life, and through its course, may twist and turn, it always flows in the same direction. First train talisman. Somehow I think, was there really... I know that there is a memory of wall. I have a feeling that it almost feel that memory of wall is full, but it might be that there was room for 2 items.
We must be the first outsiders to have witnessed that rite in over a century.
Wallius has been waiting for it for nearly as long. He seemed pleased to be finally rejoining the family.
Now all we have to do is save that family. To change our river's course.
Kuuletaan. Okay, 900 ability points. And potions are full. And then I think we had still some side quest.
Oh, this is a little silly.
There is something over here.
I have news. I think I might have found a way to break Talor's curse.
Go on.
Well, after listening to the village elders and scouring every likely-looking tome in the library, I learned that not all Tonberries are the same little green menaces we know and loathe. Apparently, a chosen few live to incredible ages and grow to many times the size of their counterparts. The folktales hold that it's the very eldest of these, the Tonberry kings, who weave the curses, and that their magics bind their victims to them, that they might continue to feed on their pain.
So if we slay the one that cast the curse, the feeding will cease.
But that was my thinking, yes.
Oh, Tonberry king.
No doubt it'll be easy. These kings are not just bigger, they're stronger too. And if the tales are true, their followers will defend them to the death. It is a perilous proposition, in short. But it may also be Talor's only hope. What say you?
Reign of the Pain. And I feel this is kind of a continuation quest for one of previous. So we continue one of the previous side quests.
We'll do it. Even if killing this king doesn't break the curse, the city will be a safer place for its removal.
Thank you.
So then, where will I find it?
That, alas, I do not know. It must have woven the curse at the altar in Father's Fell, but as to where it is now...
Fanet! You were the one asking about Tonberries, right? Because there's a whole bloody army of them out on the cloak.
What? But why would they stray so far? And why now?
There's only one way to find out. I'll head up the mountain and see what's going on.
Right. Thank you. And please, be careful.
Ah, it's very near.
Hey, mister, over here.
Aha, it's actually the direction where we originally came from, to this village. Behind the cage. They are just
Found
behind
it.
the gate.
They're almost at the gate, but they won't be coming any closer. Farewell.
No, was it this one?
That should buy Haven some time at least.
It cannot be this.
Are you alright?
Fine. We've taken care of the immediate threat.
Okay, this was just immediate.
Thank the tides. I was worried I was going to lose you both. Talor, he took a sudden turn for the worse just after you left.
What? Is he?
No, he's hanging on. I fear the Tonberry King may have begun the cursing ritual again. In earnest this time. And I can't imagine their being here as a coincidence. I think it might be happening on this very mountain.
If it is, it won't be for long. Get back to Talor. I'm going up.
My thanks. I shall pray for both of you.
Aha, okay, we need to search. So this is kind of search and destroy. And aha, there will be many.
More of them. Come on then. I crave an audience with your king.
Aha, more. Another group. They don't look very regal.
Still no sign of the king. Could Fanad have been wrong?
There's dozens of them. The king must be close. We'll have to take care of his followers first.
Oh, that's a lot of Tonberries. Looks like that's the last of them. Out here, anyway.
Okay, we found.
But beastmen do like dark places.
This was something where we couldn't enter. I saw this cave when I came here in this area, but I couldn't enter it. It seems that now it's time to enter. Totally new area. Okay, so this is totally new area.
Well, I'll be damned.
Over there. And out. Tonberry King. This is like a monster.
There's a crown. Sorry, Your Majesty, but your reign ends here.
Okay, it was kind of monster fight. What is this? Notch tang. Used in crafting, this is really special. For a Tonberry creature driven by its fear and adulterated hate. For those who have slain his brethren, a sharp blade is ultimately a gauge of his commitment. The more owned its edge, the more owned the killer's intent. I wonder if this is the one you need for crafting special dagger.
It's done. Which means the curse should be broken. Let's see how Talor's doing.
And I check, this was totally new location. Just checking anything. And there was altar, again altar plate, or a silver plate.
With their king dead, I can only hope the Tonberries will retreat back to the forest.
Clive! Is it done then?
It is. I was going to ask if there had been any change in Talor's condition, but judging by that smile on your face, I think I already know the answer.
You do? Talor! He's back!
Thank you, my lord. I can never repay you for everything you've done for me. I owe you my life.
I'm just glad the curse is lifted. There is one thing I'd like to know, though. If you don't mind my asking. What made you seek the Tonberry's help in the first place?
Oh, that... well... you deserve to know. It was years ago now, back in my trading days. The Sons of Greek arrested me in Oriflamme, chained me up in a lightless cell with a great sword hung over my head, ready to fall if I didn't confess. But they never said to what. I didn't, of course. So eventually they just let me go. And I never told a soul. Tried to forget it ever happened. But then you came along and the sight of your sword brought it all flooding back. couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't hardly breathe, and I thought that if I gave my old chain to the Tonberrys, maybe they could take all that pain away. All that anger. But it only made it worse.
Oriflamme has fallen. And the men who tortured you likely fell with it.
If only I'd known, I might have spared everyone a lot of trouble. I'd convinced myself that you were like them. That all outsiders were the same, but you're not. Far from it. Thank you, son. Thank you.
Clive, there's something I need to tell you. After we parted ways on the path to the cloak, I went straight back to Talor and explained to him what you were doing on his behalf. And just like that, his pain began to fade.
What do you mean? Just like that? The Tonberry King would have still been alive. I had to contend with dozens of his minions before I found him.
Then perhaps one of them warned him of your coming and he broke off his ritual. Or perhaps knowing that an outsider was fighting for him was what lifted the weight from Talor's heart. I know from experience that many illnesses are not wholly physical, but of the spirit, at least in part.
Was there ever really a curse then? Or was Talor simply suffering from the pain of his memories? And the guilt of what he'd done? For all the difference it makes. I suppose we'll never know.
Maybe not. But this much I do know. It was your strength and your selflessness that healed his heart in the end.
I'll be sure to tell my healer friend when I get home.
Tarja. Now we got this, probably one of the missing material, orichalcum. I think this was also needed for the special dagger. I think now it's good time to visit blacksmith. The end kind of fate. I got one trophy. The end kind of fate. And I think I check this blacksmith free. Okay, here free.
What is it you want?
One material is still missing, so orichalcum was one of what we needed, and I think not stang. It seems that I have defeated 2 of these kings, and I think one king was before me met Timekeeper. So there is only Aqua's membrane is only missing from the Tonberry Knife. And I think, okay, this is good time again to save. We have 1,500 abilities. And there seems to be at least one. I think that is one. But again. Okay, let's go to find what
Hey,
is here.
mister! Over here! Please, mister, you've got to help us. The village is in danger, and if someone doesn't do something... you should have seen it!
Stop. Take a deep breath and tell me everything. Starting with your name.
Sorry. My name's Eirik. When you went up to the Erevalvers with Miss Shula, well, I followed you.
You could have been killed.
Lady Shula told us you lot were great warriors, so I thought I'd be alright if I stayed close like. But then I lost track of you in the woods, and that's when I saw it.
Saw what?
A great, big, dripping, drooling monster. Spitting out great spouts of water it was, that were tearing up the ground and cutting down trees.
Spouts of water? I don't recall seeing anything like that in the forest.
Well, I did, and I don't ever want to see it again. You'll get rid of it, won't you?
What is this? Lost in the woods. Okay, let's go to see.
All right. If this creature is as terrible as you claim, it could well pose a threat to the village. I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, mister. It was over by the Swift one that I saw it. Maybe it's still there.
Then that's where I'll start my search. But this time, you're going to stay here. Understood?
I wouldn't go through those gates for 1000 gil. Not with that thing out there. Good luck, though.
I check. I have enough. Okay, potions. Nah, it was extra.
Is that the hunter?
It's you. Nasser's savior.
Are you all right? What happened?
I was
Tracking an ibex when a great spout of water struck me square in the back. Sent me flying all the way across the clearing.
Did you see what made it?
No. All I heard was a noise. An ear-splitting din.
This.
Might this be the culprit? Leave him to us. You've caused enough trouble.
I think this is probably the missing material. Probably.
Well, that wasn't too bad. Hardly a threat to the village, but you can't blame the boy for being scared.
You made that look a lot easier than it was.
Do you think that was the beast which attacked you?
That thing? Not a chance. Would have heard it coming a league away.
Okay.
The blast of water that hit me was beyond anything an Archelon can manage.
This was just practice.
A boy from the village sent me in search of a beast that could conjure such things, but...
Yes,
that's it. That's the noise I heard. Sounded like it came from the ruins.
I'll go. You head back to Haven and see a healer.
It's okay, this was just a practice.
What do we have here? Found her. Something's been busy.
Everything.
Whatever this creature is, it's out for blood.
3 crabs and one of those armored.
Stay close, Torgal. Where are you?
Talaos. This is another monster.
Another fragment of Wallius's rage. I should have known. Time to put you to bed too.
I think water is good, not good for. not happening. Aha, that was not good. It got outside the battle area. water wasn't that efficient against this one, because it was water element. Okay, this was the missing item for Tonberry sword, or Tonberry knife. Aqueous membrane, whereas most wings, when removed from the body of respective owners, tend to grow hard and leathery over the course of a few days. The feather-like wings of Talos appears to be indefinitely retain an inexorable, almost frightening amount of moisture.
Fingers crossed that's the last of them. Either way, I should let Eirik know the danger is past. For now, at least.
And would make especially difficult this one if you accidentally exited the battle area. Then it appeared again with full health, and you again needed to battle, same battle again. It could say that anything else than water would be very good ability against that last one.
How many times do we have to tell you? You're not to go out into the woods alone.
But I wasn't alone. You're back.
So? Did you find the fiend that attacked me and young Eirik here?
I did. It won't be troubling you anymore.
Yes! I knew you'd get it.
Only because you warned me of its existence. Not that you should ever have learned of its existence, but all's well that ends well, I suppose.
What was it anyway?
A manifestation of Leviathan's power. When we visited Wallius in the Surge, he was angry and afraid. The Icon summoned these creatures for his protection. Though why one would be wandering the ruins of Riversmeet, I don't know.
Maybe it was looking for his mum. That's where she died, isn't it? The Falls.
The Falls?
Aye. When they took her baby, she threw herself off the top.
Oh.
We go there once a year to pay our respects. The whole village.
An Eggy is a part of its master's spirit, but Wallius wouldn't have been aware of what had happened to his mother, would he?
No.
Well, either way, you did us a favor putting that thing to rest. Us and Wallius. Thank you.
Aye. Thanks, mister.
And we got one more recalcum.
It was supposed to be me catching the beasts of the forest unawares, not the other way around. Just goes to show. You can never let your guard down.
When I grow up, I want to be a mighty warrior like you. I want to train with the sword every day. Inside the village walls, like.
Now I have a feeling that we have the required material for Tonberry.
What is it you want?
Okay, there is Tonberry Knife and we have everything. Not stam, aquaclose, membrane, orichalcum and fool's gold. So this is like gathering of many quests and when you finally, okay, let's create this one.
There.
And I think this might be, if I remember, this had better staggering value. I wonder how
Till next time, then.
I just check one thing. When we compare, some say that it's not with the flames of forge, but the flames of Tonberry rage, that his knife is tempered, and for this shaky supposition will at best elicit the roll of the eyes from any respectable blacksmith. The truth of matter is that there exists no known observation of Tonberry Knife's creation, leaving us the freedom to believe what we will until a better explanation, such as, say, magic runes comes along. And I just check what was. Okay, I think this was from the Echoes of the Fallen. 410. Was it both of these values were 410. And if you compare to this new one, so staggering value is much higher, but we lose a little bit from attacking value. But our idea is that we can break the enemy easier and stagger it. And ability is 1900. What wood I can get? Willow Vikes, ignition. What about here? This requires 2000. 3000. 3000. Maybe what about here? 1000 Ice Edge. And then 3000. Maybe I continue here, so I made it this. Let's fill this one. Then 900. Okay, 200 is not enough for it. Okay, so this is our new Tonberry Knife. And so now we have kind of completed those quests. And I check, was there? No, okay, there was not. So, okay, we have completed a side quest. What we are here in the village. Haven, in the village of Haven. I think this seems to be a nice stopping point. And of course there is now the kind of those things that you can upgrade your abilities to the maximum. So when I just get those abilities, there seems that there is still something to do if you want to maximize them. I want to thank you for everyone for stopping by and for watching.